Hey, Dr. Bajor, how you doing? So, just want to kind of give you a little bit of a rundown, better detail of what happened, because I know my email is all over the place, and, you know, I wanted to put it together so I could send it to my best friends, and Kevin, Henry, and Chuck, and Kevin obviously is my pastor. Henry's the one who got me in this industry that I'm in right now, 20-something years ago. Chuck was actually helped me get my first job out of the military, driving for Bernie Little, which is a Budweiser distributor. Yeah, non-drinking guy working for a beer company. Anyhow, so I want to let them know. I don't want to let them keep them in the dark because they're my support team, and you know, I mean, and you know, on top of my family, and I don't want to leave them in the dark. So, anyhow, so what happened was Christmas Eve, out working on my truck, which is my daughter's truck now, which was my dad's truck back in the day, and I ended up telling Alyssa around 4 o'clock or so, saying, hey, go help your mom, whatever she needs in the house. I got to rest for her hair. I'm not going to be out here much longer. So, like it felt like something bit me. So then all of a sudden I jumped up, I'm underneath the truck, so my head, just, I don't know how the reaction. I hit my head on a transfer case in my 4x4 truck. From this point on until Don and Alyssa and one of my neighbors and the EMTs got me snapped out of wherever I was in. I don't know if my friend Henry, you know, he actually said something to me last night. He's like, could have been like a concussion. Well, yes and no, but definitely PTSD was mixed into it. So let me give you a little quick backstory on a few things so you understand. So one, my truck, which is now my daughter's. I got it from my dad after he passed away, and I kind of modeled it in a way after my favorite truck in the military, which was the one I had in Macedonia, which I named Grandpa, and which you see Grandpa mentioned, I think, in the emails. So Grandpa was a 5-ton with itty bitty tires. He was a 935 A1 and small tires. Everybody else had a 935 A2s, the big giant tires. So I like being the oddball in my life, you know, be goofy and stuff, and that's kind of like the old me. Now I just started feeling separated. I'm starting to feel like no one wants me around, and I'd be, you know, I wouldn't be missed if I was gone. I mean, it's not like I'm someone famous or something, but, you know, that's the way I'm feeling a lot lately. And, give me a second. So, like I said, I'm working on, now I modeled this truck, which is called Patriot. And Patriot I named Patriot because this is my dad's truck. My dad tried to serve after graduating from Memphis State University in 1966 in the Air Force, because he wanted to fly. That was his dream, that was his aspiration. He really wanted to fly. He ended up getting his pilot license, you know, I think roughly around the age of 65. I can't remember precisely if he did or not, but anyhow, so he, so since he couldn't serve, he had like this whole library of just military books, and He read every single one of them jokers, and he watched. That's all my dad really watches. Old war movies, documentaries, things about, military weapons. And when I got to be on an M1, I mean, you learn so much about an M1. And we talked so much about it when I was in Fort Riley, Kansas. When I called, Dad's like, "Hey, what's going on? Any new things for the M1?" So anyhow, like I said, I modeled Patriot after Grandpa, and so my guys, their Bug was telling me, he wants to go in half and buy me a 5-ton, go to the military auction, buy me a 5-ton, remodel it after Grandpa. So anyhow, when he comes down here in a couple months. So because Grandpa plays a key into this story. So does Patriot. So again, keep in mind, Patriot is modeled after Grandpa. So I go to so as I'm now, I don't remember anything. I mean, like I said, I hit my head, and I don't remember anything to the EMTs and stuff, and Don, everybody, and one of the neighbors and stuff were out there with me. So my vision, flashback, mixed with horror and all this other stuff. It was a reality. It took a piece of my reality that happened that was kind of a good time for all of us. But one of the few good times we had while we're deployed. I mean, on mission. And so a true story is this: is we went to the highest mountain in Macedonia, and we was on top of this valley, and so the Humvee goes through first, and he's barely making it through, and he so again, top of the valley is down here, valley. This is just pure mud. So we had Hummer and 5 trucks. I was the last truck. Sergeant Bug was with me. He's the one who wrote the buddy statement that you read, who said that if it wasn't for me, that he contributes my personal sacrifices, what I did for the platoon, for their safe return back to the States. Anyhow, so Humvee barely makes it through. 4 trucks go in, they get stuck. LT screaming at me to make sure I don't go down in it. And Bug looks at me and he's just like, "Back it up, Vines. Back it up. Let's get a running start." So I was like, "Yeah, fine, let's have fun." Put it in reverse, started backing up this hill. You hear the LT screaming over the radio. I mean, screaming, Vines, don't do this, da 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 da. You're gonna get an ARC-15 if you do this." I'm like, whatever, dude. I mean, whatever. And so I never got an ARC-15 though. He didn't give me an ARC-15 for that. And anyhow, I got screamed at. But so everybody on the rest of the platoon members, they were all screaming, "Do it, Vines, get it, Vines, get it, get it, get it." LT screaming again, so Bug just runs off the radio. So next thing you know, we take off, and I mean, we're all hauling booty down this hill. I make it like 15 feet in this mud, this boom, it's like I hit a brick wall and just sunk that truck. So we had to call for LT, had to get the observation post to come down, hook us up with, they had a bulldozer, and they had to hook us up to that and pull us out like a choo-choo train. I really wish I had a video camera for that, because that would probably be one of the most funniest moments in military history. Anyhow, so now let's get to what my brain was doing to me and putting in my head. So the whole scenario happens. I'm still left up top, and I go, I'm just looking down. No one's with me. Bug's not with me. So it's just me. Well, next thing you know, when all the trucks are down except for me, now keep in mind, I got small tires on this truck, so I kind of got a lower profile. So all of a sudden you hear gunfire ring out, RPGs going off. I mean, explosions here and there. And it was surreal. It was like I was really, everything I could touch, it was like I could touch it. So I back up Grandpa, and I get on top of the ridge, the top of the hill that I'm close to, and I run over one of the guys. Obviously he's dead, got 5 ton on a human body, he ain't surviving that. Just got into a massive firefight with the guys up top, using Grandpa's coverage, and one guy come from the other side behind Grandpa, and was getting ready to kill me, and I ended up, my martial arts came into play, and I killed him up close and personal. And so after I realized that I'm clear up there, I didn't hear no more gunfire anywhere. So I walked closer to the edge of the top where I was at, and trying to look down at the guys, and all you see is blood everywhere. My guys are dead, laying on top of the trucks and anywhere they was at. So I walked down to the scene, and I tried to revive anybody I could, even though I know they're way too far gone. I did anything and everything I could, even guys with a bullet hole in their head. I didn't want to leave out of there not knowing I couldn't do anything. That if I'd missed somebody, that I'd be haunted with their life. So I got up to the observation post. As I got up there, I started noticing the guard is not there. You can see blood on the guard tower, and all of a sudden I'm looking at just dead bodies. So I opened the gate and closed the gate. Next thing you know, I see these lights, and I seen all these guys come out, and to me they were Serbians coming to find me to kill me. And I'm sure I pissed them off with killing their guys, as they pissed me off for killing mine. But I was outnumbered, so I took off running. Next thing you know, I see, now I'm kind of like, now I see this girl who looks like Alyssa. And I'm thinking to myself, that's my daughter. I'm like, no, that's just a that's a trap. They got this thing set up. If I stop and deal with her, I'm gonna end up dead. So I took off running. At that point, Alyssa stopped me, basically kind of like shook me a little bit and slapped me to get me kind of out of it. She's like, Dad, it's me, it's Alyssa. And then Dawn comes running out. Dawn grabs a hold of me and puts me on her chest, and she's like, baby. And I'm out of it, but all of a sudden I see like 7, 8 EMTs. I hear one guy saying, soldier. It's okay, soldier. Of course, the guy was ex-Army. So in a way, he kind of knew that would be the best way to help snap me out, to let me know that I got brothers. You know, I'm protected by brothers by the same soldier and all that. And that was a smart move. And actually what Bug told me yesterday, me and the family should come up with keywords that they should say soldier and stuff like that, specialist vine, stuff like that, if that ever happens again. So it helps let me know I'm safe. Anyhow, I'm gonna wrap this up here in the next 3 minutes. So I'm kind of snapped out of it to a degree, but then I was trying to look down my arms and they're covered in grease. And I'm like, oh, look at the blood on my hands. Oh, these are my, you know, this is blood of my brothers, Don. And then we're telling me all this, and look, because of them, I got all this blood over me, and and Don's like, baby, it's grease. And then I'm starting to hear soldier and Dad and Dwayne, because I got one of the neighbors over there, and kind of brought me truly out of that ordeal. And then I started getting upset because I realized I had all these EMTs there for me. I didn't get upset because they were there. I got upset because of the fact that I kind of realized that something mentally must have happened, and they could have been out saving lives from a car wreck or something instead of dealing with my punk ass. So I started piecing things together after that, because found out from the neighbor that one of the neighbors that they saw me walking down towards the end of the road of the cul-de-sac, and I walked back, but they thought I was burnt. They thought because of the grease I had on my face, my hands, and they thought I was in a fire, because they said I was stumbling and kind of like almost falling over, and you know, so I guess my vestibular disorder kicked in too, and I'm not even coherent enough to handle it. It's lucky I didn't fall down or pass out. I don't know if I could really pass out after I was in that mental state. Anyhow, so I ended up again started piecing this thing together, and I'm like, okay, so then I'm like, wait a minute. So if after the neighbor told me this, I'm like thinking, okay, so the gate that I was at that observation post, that was my big gate I got by the house, because the truck with all the lights was the ambulance. All the guys who got out were the paramedics, who I thought were Serbians, and me running from the paramedics. And then Alyssa, who came out, was really Alyssa. You know, I'm running from my own daughter. The funny thing is my daughter makes a funny thing, and she's like, yeah, Dad, you ran from me, but you won't outrun me. And so then she mentions me. She's like, Dad, she goes, you know, you got a lot of grease on Patriot. I said, oh, yeah, on the front end, I'm sure, from me pulling myself out of the truck and stuff all day and stuff. She's like, no, Dad. She's like, it's all down to both sides. I'm like, both sides? Really? She's like, yeah. And I'm thinking for myself, I'm like, did I really act this out? Please tell me I didn't look like a fool playing G.I. Joe out in my yard. So apparently, since I modeled Patriot after Grandpa, I was using Grandpa as cover fire. I'm sorry, protection. And I just thank God that I didn't drive it anywhere, because it was on car ramps, like me backing up to go run over a guy. But then I asked Alyssa, I said, well, did you see anything out there that looks like a gun, like an M16? She's like, there's a broom by the truck. I'm like, oh, broom? She's like, yeah, it's kind of broken up, and I guess you could say it was about the size of an M16. I said, well, it's 10 o'clock at night. And I said, well, go take me to it. So she takes me to it, and this broom, mind you, was from where Patriot was about 30 feet away inside of a wheelbarrow that I got. So I pulled this thing out and I broke it up. I broke it down to this, and I made the plastic, broke the plastic off here and there, and then made a little rip down. I guess I ripped down a piece to make a trigger. So that's what that broom is in that picture. That's my M16. So I was acting it out. Now the road that I was going on to my brother's, I'm 2 minutes over what I wanted to do. Anyway, was actually the street, my street, which is dangerous. Thank God it wasn't on the other road, which is a 4-lane road. So, it's just dangerous. So me walking down the end of the road, apparently it was me walking to my brother's, and then me walking back and going through my gate was walking towards the observation post. And me using my own gate as the observation post gate. Dr. Bajor, to be honest with you, it scares the living daylights out of me to know that that happened. It bothers me bad. Really bad. I just hope that these group therapy sessions will help me. I'm just so pissed that it's taken 20 years for my brain to do this. But I guess, like I told you, with all the stress in my line of work, and me being a manager of a company for owners who didn't appreciate me for 14 years, the stress kept it at bay. I just wish I dealt with it when I was younger. But I guess looking at it now, maybe my brain was like, we gotta deal with this. But you're not mature enough to handle it right now. Meaning that possibly, I already had 2 suicide attempts when I was younger. So my brain was one with my dad at his house, and then one in the Army. But maybe my brain was smart enough to say, we got to handle this, bro, but if we deal with this now, it might be dangerous for you. That's probably what it is. And At least I like to think that's what it is. Anyway, I know you're gonna probably call me today or tomorrow. Christina called me yesterday, which I thought was amazing, to talk to me and Don, make sure I was okay. And what I really, really, really appreciate is Christina talking to Don and reassuring Christina that I truly was okay and I wasn't making it up. She really had my six, and I know you have my six, and I have y'all six. I really appreciate what y'all are doing for me. One day I'm pretty sure I'm going to be an asshole. My PTSD is going to kick in. I'm going to be an asshole, but you know, that's not me. You know, I thank my friends and my family for understanding. My daughter, my wife. And let me rephrase that. Alyssa and my two other daughters, my wife, my three best friends who are truly care about me. Well, you have a good day. I'm gonna let you go, and I'm sure I'll see you soon. So talk to you later, Dr. B, and have a great day.